Hi everyone, my name is Katarzyna Ostasz. I am a certified Silva method instructor in Dublin in Ireland, and as you can expect it, I have a privilege to teach this amazing program here in Ireland, especially in Dublin. And I'm having with myself today Andrea Domján. Andrea Domján is a very successful Silva method instructor, and she does teach the Silva method program in Hungary and in UK. And today I'm having Andrea with myself because I have a reason for that. Andrea will be coming over to Dublin in May to present for us the Ultra Healing-Energy workshop. She will be conducting this workshop in 2 different languages on May 25th, which is Saturday, and this workshop will be presented by Andrea in Hungarian language. So for any single person who is living in Ireland and speak Hungarian, this workshop, guys, is definitely for you. And the day after, on Sunday, May 26th, she is going to conduct for us the same workshop, but in English. Obviously, what I will do, I will add the link where you can purchase the ticket in the title of that video or in the comments below. So, Andrea, welcome you here.
Thank you, thank you.
It's great to have you here, even though if we have some trouble in terms of connecting via technology today. Let us know, how do you feel today? And if you don't mind to tell us a little bit more, especially from that perspective, how you actually started your journey with the Silva method.
Okay, well, hello everyone. I'm very happy to be here with you tonight. Quite a few years ago, more than 25 years ago, here in Hungary, my brother, I come from a large family, I'm the 7th child, and my brother, who's the 6th child in this family, had a issue with his family. Actually, his marriage broke up and he was very upset. And a sister of ours sent him the Silva method book, the book on the Silva method. And this was supposed to help him get through this very hard time in his life. And he started reading it, and then he found at around page 30 that this was a little more surprising than what he was expecting. So he said, "Oh, I don't have time for this." He gave me the book. At that time, I was at home with my 2 kids, and he said, "Oh, you have more time, Andrea. You read this for me. Tell me if it's worth reading, because I don't have time for such nonsense." So I started reading. I also got to page 30. I also was rather surprised, to say the least. This is the part, I don't know if you know which part I'm getting at or talking about, is when somebody had the impression that there was going to be a truck full of beans. And then it did happen in real life. So that was a bit too much for us at that time. And I also got to the same point, and I told myself, "Oh my goodness, this is too much." But I did keep on reading. And by the end of the book, I was convinced, and I told my brother that I don't know if it's true or not, but it seems very convincing. And if it is true, then our whole world changes, our whole philosophy changes, and we suddenly find ourselves in a friendly universe, and we can contribute to making it more friendly. And actually, it was me who sent him. I didn't send him to do the course, but because I told him that this was a book worth reading, that was the reason he started having a closer look. And I don't know if you're aware, but in Hungary, the Silva method has been a major success. There are more than 300,000 graduates now, and this is not a big country, so 300,000 for a country of 10 million, I think that's huge.
Yes, it's amazing. And I remember a lot of people were sharing the story when I did my Silva certification 4.5 years ago, even with 2 people coming from Hungary, and I was very surprised knowing that Silva method is so popular in Hungary. So congratulations on that big success. Yeah, that's fine, Andrea. So basically, as I said, you are going to visit us in Dublin with the Ultra Healing-Energy workshop. So I prepared for you a few questions. I think very simple question for our audience to let them know what they can expect by participating in that workshop, and maybe some basic that are hidden before the idea of Ultra Healing Energy Seminar. So if we can start, if you can let us know, how did the idea of the Ultra Seminar come up? That will be good to know for us.
Well, you know that Jose was not the person to sit around and do nothing. He was always on the lookout for new stuff. And he heard about a lot of healers in Central America. His family was originally from Mexico, obviously. Yeah. So he heard about these people who were known to heal people with some sort of magic or energy, or nobody knew what. And he said that he would go and check it out. So he did. He went around, he traveled around in Central America, and sometimes he found people who were just, quacks, not doing anything for real. But he did find some healers that he thought were genuine. And he had to look at all these methods and try to find the essence of all these techniques. And these he simplified, because he was always on the lookout for the simplest solution for any problem, and put them together. And these are the techniques that we're going to learn at the seminar.
That's perfect. So this is actually the way how the techniques were created, or there is exactly the same way. Yeah. And what kind of techniques are there? Because obviously, even hearing the title of the seminar, we can expect that it will be based on healing, right? And energy. So if you can let us know what we can expect in terms of the tools and techniques, and in what cases are they useful? Because obviously we want to join you, right? A lot of people would like to join and participate in your seminar, but as you probably agree with me, Andrea, what I love about the Silva is that every single tool, they are very practical, and we can use them on the daily basis. So what about the techniques that we can meet at Ultra seminars?
Well, in the basic lecture series, what do we learn? We learn how we can use our mental energy to program ourselves and use our imagination in a relaxed state to reach a goal. Now here, we're going to use how we can preserve that kind of programming and energy and imagination and visualization in matter. It's like making jam, because, for example, we will energize water and put the information that we want, the kind of programming we want to take place, into that energized matter, water, for example, so that people who are drinking it or putting it on their, skin, if that's the way they want to use it, can actually have the effect without having to go to level, without having to do a relaxation exercise every single time. So you do it once and you keep it there and you use it regularly so that the change takes place, whatever change you would like to implement. It will take place while drinking it or using it in any other way, which I think is really a very ingenious way of putting in some time, creating a lot of programming, and then you can just use it in an everyday state.
Okay, would you like to maybe name 2 or 3 techniques and explain us just maybe in a few details? I don't want you obviously to tell about everything, because that's the reason of having you in Dublin and conduct for us a seminar, but maybe just 2 techniques, maybe that are your favorites one, that you can tell us maybe just in bits, just for people to get them a little bit better understanding.
Yes, the one that I have just mentioned is my favorite practically, or one of my favorites, I would say, and that is water programming. And we do the same with objects. We can energize objects too, because objects are also made of matter, and we can make any kind of object store that kind of energy and information for a little while. And for example, if you would like to help somebody to feel better and be able to concentrate on work or studying, you can take any object, or a crystal, for example. A crystal is very good because its structure is very well, it is structured, and therefore you could spend some time energizing it with your mental energy, and then spend some time putting a program on it using visualization, and then you just put it next to the person, and that person would feel comfortable and more centered and more being able to concentrate on studying, for example.
I'm fascinating about that because myself, I'm going to participate in that workshop too. I've never done it, so I'm very much looking forward. And Andrea, obviously we are recording that chat especially for Silva community, but can you please let us know if anybody can do the course or if anybody can practice the techniques? What I mean about anybody is people who are maybe not so much interested in the meditation field, but they are very much interested in everything what you are telling to us. Is those seminars, is your seminar also for them?
Well, yes, it's possible for anybody who has some kind of background in relaxation and meditation to join. So you don't actually have to know the original tools, the original techniques. Mm-hmm. But you do have to have some kind of background, because we will be straight going to relaxed states so that we can actually...
So it's not really only for people from Silva community, but people who generally have an interest in meditation, well-being, mindfulness, generally
yoga, perhaps.
And personal development area. That's great. And do you have any success stories? Because I can only feel, and I can expect that you provide this seminar a few times already. Any success story of your students that you would like to share with us today?
Plenty. For example, I haven't yet mentioned the hands-on energy healing technique, which is also one of the highlights of the course, of the seminar, where we use the energy that is around us by nature to help another person's immune system become stronger. And it's not a very complicated activity. It takes about 5 minutes each time that you perform it. And one of the greatest successes, I actually talk about that in my seminar too, is about a lady whose husband was taken to hospital because he was poisoned by carbon monoxide. Now, I don't know if you know, but very few people survive that. Carbon monoxide is very toxic. And he was taken to hospital, and he was in intensive care. He could not move, totally paralyzed from neck down. All he could do is shut his eyes and open his eyes. That was his only way of communication. And he had to be, oxygen had to be administered through his mouth. So he was totally unable to communicate in any way. The doctor said that he was in a coma. And then the wife was allowed to go into the intensive care room, and there she performed this hands-on energy healing technique. And this man opened his eyes and looked at her with such meaningful eyes that she ran to the doctor saying that he had woken up. The doctor said, no, it's impossible. But he went to have a look, and actually he asked him a few questions. Do you recognize us? And he went with his eyes like that, he blinked his eyes. And he asked him a few questions, and he was able to respond. And after that, in about 2 days, he was back to life. He could talk, he could walk, he could do everything. And the doctors just said that was a real miracle, because he was practically on the other side. So that, for example, is a beautiful story of one of these techniques. And the nice thing about it, and I always emphasize it, is that Jose went for practicality and ease. It's easy to learn, and it takes about 5 minutes to perform. So you do it every day, and you can witness wonderful.
You can definitely improve your life for better. Exactly. No, that's beautiful, and thank you so much for sharing that stories. I could feel the goosebumps anyway, because that's amazing. Yeah. So, Andrea, what I think that people who will be willing to ask you the question, they are more than welcome to leave a comment underneath our video. And obviously, I will tag you on that video, so you would know if there is any questions coming to you. Please make sure that you are going to answer this question.
I will.
Yes, and also maybe the question to you guys, because you are going to watch a video with Andrea. If you would like us to talk maybe about something else, please let us know, because we can record for you this video with ease, and then we can upload to the Facebook. So again, you may have a better understanding of everything what you are going to experience during the Ultra Healing Energy Seminar that Andrea is going to provide for us in Dublin. One more time, May 25th, it will be Hungarian language, and May 26th, it will be English. Language. Andrea, I think that's all for now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for finding the time to be with me here. And yes, see you soon.
Okay.
in Ireland, in Dublin. And yes, guys, please do make sure to ask Andrea the question. If something is unclear for you, she is there for you to do her best and to give you her answer. So thank you so much. And
thank you, Katarzyna. Thank you very much. I can't wait to meet you.
Me too. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.